Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. Bold game. Bold game. Not body game, bold game. Now, I'm known for talking about the body game, getting your body in shape and everything, getting a nice physique. Because, let's be real, it turns a woman on. Bodies turn a woman on. Dudes be trying to fight against that, but already know they ain't getting a 90. But the bold game, what do I mean by bold game? It's just being bold enough just to approach a woman. That's all it is. Just being bold, being like you just going to go get yours. Now, see, a lot of guys, the biggest issue ain't their body builds, believe it or not. Because believe it or not, despite me pushing the body game, there's some guys still having issues with it, dealing with a woman, even though the women sitting there checking them out. Because here's an understanding, because, there's always that debate over choosing signals and cold approach. Either one, you still got to approach the women. Unless you an Adonis, an alpha showpiece, you got that perfect height, facial features, perfect body build, looking just gorgeous, and then approachable, most women ain't going to approach. Most women are not going to approach. Very few women actually approach. Very few men can routinely get a woman to approach them, even indirectly. That's just the reality. So the man still needs to approach. Even with choosing signals, she's sending out the signals, you still got to walk over, no matter what. But see, a lot of guys don't do that. Even when they see the signals, the women, she damn near holding up a sign saying approach, and a lot of guys still got some fear. Because let's be real, big fear with many men is the fear of rejection. They feel like the woman is going to reject them. They don't know. You see, look, I'm going to be real with y'all. Like, me, I always talk about, how dudes in the street do. Because, they be getting this. Or, sometimes people be talking about thugs or Pookie and Ray Rays. They be getting this. They just approach. They just bold. They just don't care. Now, I'm going to tell you who really masters the bold game, as I call it. Just being bold, just having their balls and stuff. Don't care. They just say, they see that big old fat ass, they're going to go over there and holler. The dudes who have it usually aren't what people would consider the top dudes. Let me say it again. They usually not. In fact, you look at them, average looks, average body build. Everything like that. Average looks, average body build. It's like, their drip might not be on 100, but they just don't care. They look, they're going to shoot that shot. And I'm going to tell you why it works on a pure primal level. Now, understand something. Sexually, when a woman get pregnant, of course, what happened had to happen first. Her egg had to drop down, embed itself in the uterus, and sit there and wait. The egg don't swim around in her inside of her looking for that man. Only travel it does is from down the fallopian tubes to the uterus, and then it embeds itself. It sits there, right? And in order for a woman to get pregnant or even draw a man to her, she has to be receptive. If you think about a woman's sex appeal, the big part of it is she's receptive. It don't care what she look like, what she got going on, what she say, no matter what. She has to be receptive. She has to be passive. But for a man to truly have that deep sex appeal to a woman, he has to be aggressive, assertive. He has to be willing to go get what he wants. Let me say that again. He has to get what he wants. That turns on women in a way. Just like, say if a woman's... and I'm saying in the real world, I know some guys got that fantasy about dimes and stuff, but ain't enough of them to go around. In the real world, if a guy out and about and that woman acting extra receptive, that can turn him on a bit, as long as she's decent looking. Heck, sometimes if she ain't decent looking, but she's receptive, right? But then it's the opposite for men. Like, say a woman see a guy, she like, he's so-so. But he's receptive. He got balls. She gets turned on. Let me say that again. She gets turned on because ultimately, like I said, I don't care what the guy look like. I don't care what money and status he got. He got to be assertive. She got to feel like he's assertive. He's going to go not only come to her, but go out and get the resources to take care, not only impregnate her, but go get that seed. That's a primal thing. So when a man is aggressive, he's bold and stuff, the women sit there and think about it. Even, like I said, he might not be her physical type, but she'll at least be like, wait a minute, he approach it? Because there's a lot of men who get women, they were bold. And see, just that little bit turns her on. Just that little bit. And then if he can get in there, maintain his cool, smooth, and then just be totally assertive in how he deals with her, she gets turned on. Now, is this going to happen with every single woman? No, but it happens a lot. And I'm going to be real with you. It don't work, in my view, just my personal view. It don't have the same effect of just having that physique, but it has a profound effect. If you look at a lot of these guys out here, especially a lot of guys who don't be like sitting online or trying to swipe left or right, they approach women still in the streets. Part of that thing is the woman's like, you know what, he just came on, let me know what's up, everything. She's turned on a little bit by that. And, and then if he got the physique too, and he got that drip too, oh snap. And that's the key thing. That's the bold game. If you bold, you're going to get something. Seriously, regardless of what you look like, regardless of anything. Now, I know there'll be some dudes up here that say, well, down, where he got to look like this, he got to have this money. They ain't bold. If you look at those dudes, they don't got no balls. Yeah, I said it. I would look them in the eye and say it if I had to. They don't got no balls. You look at them. Seriously, it's just, and I've seen it. I've seen this person. Because remember, I'm out, I do seminars. I've presented in front of people. I presented in front of some thugs. And I can look at somebody and say they're going to have trouble. Seriously, I get just in their behavior and everything. Because see, one thing about bold game too, a man, he ain't going to sit back and wait and cry and everything. He going to go out and get his. He might have had to approach a lot of women, whatever, but he still got the balls for it. He still got the balls. He's still going to get something. If you go out, look, if anybody go out, they approach or talk or interact with enough women, somebody going to take the bait. And then if they really smart, they'll figure out which women will take the bait the quickest. And that's a whole other level of the game of man gets women. But yeah, I do webinars on that, reading women and stuff. You can look at a woman. Like, I take one look at a woman and I already know how receptive she's going to be to me. I take one look because I know which body types, which looks, which class and everything. But that's another level. But even with that, you still got to approach. Like I said, most women, regardless of what you look like, ain't going to approach you. You can have all the money in the world. They ain't going to approach you. That's just them. In fact, that's how, honestly, that's how it's supposed to be any damn way. A man's supposed to take control of that joint. But that's the bold game. And a lot of dudes need to do it. Now people say, well, how can I do it? Only way you can do it, you can't read about it. You can't theorize. You can't sit around and talk about it. You just have to go do it. You just got to jump in that water. You just got to make the move. And that's all. And then just practice it. You probably get your ego bruised at first. But then as you learn and you say, oh, okay, well, this woman wearing this, you start learning like to recognize which body types, how the women look who respond to you. Then you start learning how they wear their clothes. Which ones are receptive, which ones are not. You start looking at stuff, then you actually get better, not only approaching them, but knowing which ones to approach. That's a whole other level of the game right there. You got to know which women to approach. So, anyway, bold game. I'm going to start using that sometime. And shoot, really, if you got body game and bold game, shoot, your ass is... Your issue is how to manage the women, not getting one, but how to manage the 15 you got. Real talk when I say 15. So anyway, that's all I got for now. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.